Hey, what's up? So I'm just making this quick Facebook ads case study for a client of mine. So basically, prior to working with me, this client was spending money on Facebook ads for about 5 months, and they were getting little to no return. And so basically, in this case study, I'm just going to kind of show you the numbers. I'm going to talk about kind of the things we changed and what we did. Obviously, most of the clients I work with, we have certain parts of an NDA that are worked out. So I'm not going to go into too much detail. You'll see that I'll be blurring out the important details, such as the client's account name. But I'm gonna log in through my account just to prove it to me. I'm not smart enough to Photoshop a video. As you could see, I'm using the Pages app on my Mac here to create this little intro slide. So this isn't my deal. I'm good at running Facebook ads. So anyway, let me show you how we did that for this client in a weird niche. And here you can see is my account. But the cool thing about this client compared to other clients is that they're in a really weird niche. So it's not like a dentist, it's not a chiropractor, it's not a gym. It's and I can't really say what the niche is. If you have a call with me, and we're discussing your business, make sure you ask about this case study if you watch this video, and I can explain it in more detail. Just for the sake of the internet, I'm not going to go into what the exact niche was on this webinar, or on this case study, sorry. But anyway, the point is, it's weird, and when I tell you about it, you won't believe it. And so I didn't even think it was honestly possible to make money in it at first. So I honestly offered to just do the work for free up front. I was like, hey, listen, I'm not even sure we could get results. Let me fit this in the cracks of my schedule, and let's see what we could work out. And we ended up making some good numbers, which we'll go over in a second. But so again, it's not like where you're dealing with, and not to say it's not easy to do marketing for, maybe someone like a chiropractor or a dentist, but it's just more practical because say you're doing marketing for a dentist and, they want to use free teeth cleaning as kind of their gateway into their office. You're first of all, you're only working with a certain area, so you can only mess up so much because you're going to be working by, by a zip code. So now it's like, so you eliminate a big part of finding an audience just on that basis alone, right? And then so then it just comes down to providing good content, which, as the person running the ads, you don't even have to do that content. You could have someone do your graphics, and you could have someone do the copywriting. So it's not easy, but it's just more practical to run ads for a business like that, where it's kind of already narrowed down. You kind of just have to fill in the missing pieces. Where a project like this, it's kind of like a house just got burned down, right? Because again, they were spending ads for 5 months making no money. It's kind of like a house got burned down, and so we had to come in, not only clean that up, but also build the house back up. So, and again, they hadn't seen results at all. This was a business they launched, and they hadn't seen results at all. So, and again, so some of the stuff's blurred out, but let me go over to, let me customize some of these columns real quick. Okay, guys, so here we are. Let me explain kind of what we did. And so the first thing that we had to do kind of with this audience was actually, we had to figure out if the audience was there, and we had to curate some content and kind of figure out, hey, who are these people? Do they really know the brand yet? What do they kind of desire, and what do they want? Because you can't build up something big to sell if you don't know what they want. You don't want to spend all these days and weeks and however long it takes to put together a course or a coaching package or whatever the person's selling. You don't want to spend all that time to make it. One, if you don't know who you're even, marketing to, who you're even, your customer profile is. And then two, you have to know what they want. And so that's a big part of it. So when you can, it's awesome to use marketing to find out what they want, right? So you can put out smaller products, you can put out feelers, you can even put out straight up research surveys, depending on what your market is. So we put out what I like to call, I guess, a feeler product, right? Something that we could get people in the door for cheap, build some trust, and kind of figure out, where they're lacking, what they're struggling with, right? Because when they buy this low-level product, they're going to be sending us emails, they're going to be asking questions, and now we're also building a list. And so, the idea is to kind of self-liquidate that. And we were actually able to make profit on the front end, which is always cool with this type of gig. But again, you're building that list, and now you can get data. And so we kind of were able to figure out, hey, what do these people want? And again, it's a very small audience. So I can't stress enough, it's a really small, weird market. And again, if we have a call, I'll be more glad. I'll be glad to explain it in more depth. So sorry for my stuttering. I'm drinking a bit of coffee this morning here, but anyway, so look, we were able to get 245 purchases, right, of that low level product there. So it cost us about $20 to get a purchase there, right? And we spent 4,700 bucks there, okay? And the total conversion value um was $7,280. So, and amongst doing that, we were able to get um 867 leads here, which was a little bit high, right? But let me, in a second, I'll explain this down here, how we're getting $74 leads and how we had way more profit there. But so on this one, right? So we were able to make some profit on the front end, but the bigger deal here was that we were discovering a market, and now we're building a list and building data. So that's cool, right? And so now the next goal was to how do we scale to a 5-figure month, which was really just their end all goal here, right? Can we get this? And again, this is an extension of what their business is. So their goal was really just to build on an additional stream of income and build this to 5 figures a month. So they created a product that was $1,000. And now we had a kind of an audience to go after. And so as you could see here, when we launched this product, right, for this month, we were able to get, and this is just the online conversions. I'll explain what we did in a second. So we got 5 purchases here, right? That cost 233 bucks a purchase. We spent a little less than 1,200, and we were able to bring in a little over 5 grand. And again, but now we're able to bring in 670 leads on the front end, and they're costing us $1.74, and that's just raw proof that we were able to define our market and figure out, hey, who really wants this, and who does this make sense for? So, that's a big thing to look for. Can you get those? Are you getting those costs to drop? Because it's cool to run profitable ads on the front end, but what's better is to be able to run the ads and then read that data correctly. Because that's what separates the boys from the men. But seriously, it does, because that's key. That's the key to scaling. I mean, like, because scaling is exponentially going up, right? And that can't happen if you're just flatlining. So it's so key to be able to read that data. And so, what I meant to mention is that you see these 5 online purchases here. I recommended that the client find or do themselves call people who either added to cart or added payment info, and just call, because you have people drop off, and those are the hottest people. I mean, if they added to cart, they added for a reason. So if you do have a phone person, make sure they're calling, and if they have time to call more leads, have them call. It's a big part. So they actually called, and as of my last update, I know they made 4 sales over the phone, so you can add an extra, so that drops the cost of the sale to 130, and now we spend a little less than 1,200 to bring in 9 grand. And so that's awesome for the client to be able to hit the goal, and it's awesome to know that we're able to find that market, curate content, figure out who they are, what they wanted, and deliver it. And again, this is very recent client work, so I mean, this is going on now. And so we plan to scale it and see where it goes. And by the looks of it, it's going to keep growing. And so I'll keep you guys updated. But yeah, that's basically the case study in a nutshell for this one. And if you guys have any questions about running ads, or you want me to do an audit on your account and just look at it, fill out my application, send me an email, let me know what you're struggling with. E-commerce, I'm really proficient in. If you have an e-commerce business and you need help with Facebook ads, I know that like the back of my hand. So definitely confident I can help you out there. If you have a small business, I'm definitely confident there too. Again, I won't work with everybody. I think that's important to mention. I just won't. If I really don't think I can't get you, and I really will analyze it. If I don't think I can get you results, I'll either say no, or if I believe there's potential, I'll do what I did for this guy, and I'll do it for free. But that's on a very case-by-case basis, so please don't mistake that for my service. Most of the times I'll just tell you, no, I'm not going to do it, because I have other people to work with. But again, reach out. I mean, if you have something in place, we can make it work. If you have a good product or service and you believe there's a market, we can make it work. So reach out to me, guys. Hopefully this case study kind of gave you some insight of how I look at things, how I think of things. I just do it a little different. And so hopefully that's cool with you, and hopefully like my style and the results we get. So reach out to me, and good luck with your Facebook ads.